Then I saw another great and marvelous sign in heaven. 7 angels with the 7 final plagues with which the wrath of God is completed. And I saw something like a sea of glass mixed with fire, beside which stood those who had conquered the beast and its image and the number of its name. They were holding harps from God. And they sang the song of God's servant Moses and of the Lamb. Great and wonderful are your works, O Lord God Almighty. Just and true are your ways, O King of the nations. Who will not fear you, O Lord, and glorify your name? For you alone are holy. All nations will come and worship before you, for your righteous acts have been revealed. Preparation for judgment. After this I looked, and the temple, the tabernacle of the testimony, was opened in heaven. And out of the temple came the 7 angels with the 7 plagues, dressed in clean and bright linen, and girded with golden sashes around their chests. Then one of the 4 living creatures gave the 7 angels 7 golden bowls full of the wrath of God, who lives forever and ever. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no one could enter the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were completed. This chapter fits into the larger Bible timeline by showing Revelation as part of God's unfolding plan from creation to the end of history. The presentation traces major moments such as Adam, the flood, Abraham, David, Jesus, the Great Schism, and the Tribulation, showing a long prophetic timeline leading toward the final fulfillment. It distinguishes between general tribulation and the 7-year tribulation period. It highlights the 2 halves of the tribulation as 3.5 years each, or 42 months, or 1,260 days, emphasizing a structured prophetic period. The tribulation timeline is shown as a 7-year period divided into 2 equal halves. This slide reinforces the idea that the period unfolds in stages rather than as one single event, with the midpoint serving as a major turning point. At point A, the presentation pinpoints the rapture, Ezekiel 38, World War III, and the sealing of 144,000. At point B, it places the mid-tribulation marker, the number 666, and the martyrdom of tribulation saints during the Great Tribulation. At point C, it points to Armageddon and the Parousia, or the return of Christ. This slide describes World War III and Ezekiel 38-39 as a major megapoint made up of 4 parallel judgment events. It introduces point A as the stage where the seals and trumpets begin to unfold in a broader synoptic judgment framework. Point A is identified with the seals and trumpets, suggesting a broad overview of the early and middle phases of divine judgment. This section frames Revelation's judgments as interconnected rather than isolated events. This slide identifies the abomination of desolation as the key sign that marks the midpoint of the tribulation. It quotes Matthew 24:15 and Daniel 9:27, connecting Daniel's prophecy with Revelation's timetable and emphasizing the rise of Antichrist as the fulfillment of that prophetic pattern. The bowls correlate with judgments 6 and 7. The presentation explains that judgments 6 and 7 occur rapidly at point C, and that the 7 bowls are poured out in the last days leading to Armageddon. This slide bridges the earlier judgment sequence with the final outpouring of wrath described later in Revelation. This section presents Revelation in 2 perspectives. a heavenly, timeless, multidimensional view, and a human, chronological view. It places chapters 1 through 15 within that structure, showing the progression from Christ's vision to the church age, the seals, trumpets, witnesses, tribulation events, and the heavenly tabernacle. This previews the 7 bold judgments that follow Revelation 15, including sores, bloody seas, bloody waters, scorching sun, darkness, the drying of the Euphrates, and the great earthquake. It then moves ahead through mystery Babylon, the marriage supper of the Lamb, the defeat of the beast and false prophet, Satan's binding, the millennium, the great white throne, and finally the new heaven, new earth, and new Jerusalem.